Good afternoon, good evening, and I suppose somewhere in the world it would be good morning. Thank you for joining me today. It is May 21, 2023, and this is Jedi Tax Online, JTO. Thank you for joining us. My name is Rogelio Noriega. I am a CRTP, RTRP, and I'm also CAA, and I think I'm going to be adding notary sometime in June. So looking forward to that. I have my insurance exam that's following soon. Don't know when that one is. So we're going to be adding a few more certifications. Lots of letters after that name. Probably unnecessary, but they're there. There. Where's the there? Well, the there is the season continues. Once again, thank you. Haven't been on since, I believe, January or so, but we're going to get to it. Obviously, first and foremost, the Selena rule. It's all the legalese stuff. We're not rendering advice. You are responsible for the information yourself. It's accurate as of the time of the recording, which is today's date. There are no warranties. We have no liability. This is informational purposes only. We do not support the third-party links, all that legal stuff. We're providing the information to you free of charge, and we are so happy to be able to do that. So just have to remind you, we have to put in that legal disclaimer, especially on the topics such as like this. So the season continues. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. Oh, and I don't like that one. There we go. Let's see if we can do that one. The great American nightmare of COVID-19 is ending. Thank goodness. Things are returning back to normal. And that's what we thought last year, but it hasn't ended just yet. So we're still going through it. The next deadline for personal tax filing is October 16, 2023. Now, there are two facets to that. There's the regular tax filing where you request a federal extension and it goes through to October 16th. Or in some states, and we'll get to those deadlines shortly, there are specific counties, specific states that have had their deadlines extended. California, where the majority of my clients are, the deadline is October 16th for federal and state if you live in a FEMA declared disaster county. We'll get to that in a little bit. If you owe or owed monies to the government, as always, you change your withholding, speak to your tax preparer, CPA, EA, whatever it is. If you owed this year, it was a nightmare for people that were expecting refunds. Things have straightened themselves out. Unfortunately, they did owe. Sometimes it was a few dollars. Sometimes they were getting back a few bucks. But you need to speak to your preparer and work with your withholding. We're going to talk a little bit later about estimated taxes. And, of course, we're going to take a look at the IRS website where you're now able to check on the status of the processing of your return for 3 years. Of course, it's 2022, 2020, and 2021 for right now. 2019 has been knocked off. We're also going to talk about checking your amended return. You're able to do that as well. And as I mentioned, the extended state tax deadlines. And that's what we're going to get to first and foremost. Alabama, federal and state tax and payment deadlines are extended to October 16, 2023. To qualify, you have to have an address of record in the disaster area. This is going to apply to many states. If you are in the FEMA declared disaster area, you're good. In Alabama, this applies to federal and state tax returns and tax payments. In Arkansas, tax deadlines and payment deadlines are extended to July 31st, 2023. Again, to qualify, you must have an address of record located in the disaster area. This applies to federal and state tax returns and tax payments. For California, federal tax filing and payment deadlines are automatically extended to October 16 if you have an address of record located in a federally declared disaster area. As announced by Governor Newsom, California individuals and businesses impacted by 22-23 winter storms qualify for an extension to file and pay taxes until October 16, 2023. According to the California Franchise Tax Board, residents and businesses located in the counties listed as covered disaster areas in the IRS January 10th announcement, IRS January 24th announcement and the IRS March 17th announcement are eligible for the extended tax relief. The postponement of time to file and pay does not apply to residents and businesses located in Lassen, Modoc, and Shasta. Following, for California, the IRS announced that victims of these California storms have until October 16th. Currently, tax relief is available to any area designated by FEMA. This means that individuals and households that reside or have a business in Alameda, Colusa, Contra Costa, El Dorado, Fresno, Glen, Humboldt, Kings Lake, Los Angeles, Madera, Marin, Mariposa, Mendocino, Merced, Monterey, Napa, Orange, Placer, Riverside, Sacramento, San Benito, San Bernardino, San Diego, San Francisco, San Joaquin, San Luis Obispo, San Mateo, Santa Barbara, Santa Clara, Santa Cruz, Sonoma, Stanislaus, Sutter, Tehama, Tulare, Ventura, Yolo, and Yuba. They qualify for tax relief. Taxpayers in certain storm-impacted localities designated by FEMA will automatically receive the same filing and payment tax requirement. Wow, that was a lot. Gets a little smaller. Florida. To qualify, you must have an address of record located in the disaster area. On May 2nd, the IRS announced that victims of severe storms and flooding in Broward County, Florida, have until August 15, 2023, to file various federal and individual and business tax returns and make tax payments. This means that individuals and households that reside or have a business in Broward County qualify for tax relief. Other areas added later to the disaster will also qualify for the same relief. We do not have that information as of this date. In Georgia, federal and tax payment deadlines extended to October 16, 2023. State tax and payment, May 15. To qualify, you must have an address of record located in the disaster area. Always, you have to be in the disaster area. Indiana, July 31st. Again, address of record, and this applies to federal tax returns and federal tax payments. State tax and payment deadlines are due April 18, 2023. Please check the Indiana Department of Revenue for more extensions or relief updates. Mississippi, federal and state tax payment deadlines extended to July 31st. To qualify, you must have an address of record, etc., etc., etc. New York just passed May 15th, so we're not talking about them. And I struggle with the spelling of Tennessee. I know it's correct. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Let me know. But federal tax and payment deadlines extended to July 31st. You have to have an address of record located in the disaster area. Now, this is estimated tax payments. This is normally a situation where I was going to talk about it, but due to the disaster, this certain states that are in disaster areas, look, estimated tax payments are when you owe more than $1,000 basically 2 years in a row. There are certain requirements that if you pay 90% of your tax liability the year before, you don't have to pay estimated tax payments. But the government is of the mind that if they don't get their money, you have to make quarterly payments. And who must make them? U.S. citizens and resident aliens, residents of Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, American Samoa, and non-residents use Form 1040 ES and R. The general rule in most cases, as I just stated, you must pay estimated tax for 2023 if both of the following apply. You expect to owe at least $1,000 in tax for 2023 after subtracting your withholding and refundable credits, and you expect your withholding and refundable credits to be less than the smaller of A, 90% of the tax shown in your 2023. That probably should have been, okay, yes, of your 2023 tax return, or 100% of the tax shown on your 2022 tax return. Your tax return must cover all 12 months. Speak to your tax advisors on that specifically. The payment due dates for everyone else are, of course, the first one is April 18th, June 15th for the second payment. The third payment is September 15th, and the fourth payment is January 16th. But you don't have to make the payment due January 16th, 2024 if you file your 2023 tax return by January 31st, 2024, and pay the entire balance due with your return. I want to take a quick moment, and I want to welcome everyone to the chat room. Thank you for joining us. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. It's nice to know who's joining me on a Sunday night, and it's kind of cool. So once again, thank you. The main website is Jedi.tax, and you can contact us there. Of course, Jedi.tax is the owner of ndbmedia.net, where all of our programming is. You might want to take a gander over there. But Jedi.tax. So, continuing on, if you don't have to pay estimated tax for 2023 if you were a U.S. citizen or resident alien for all of 2022 and you had no tax liability for the 12-month 2022 tax year. So in other words, if you didn't owe anything in 2022 and all of a sudden you do owe, you're okay. So you had no tax liability. So, or you didn't even file a return. As always, please consult with a tax professional. I mentioned you are able to check your refund status. Many states have this. The federal government does, and it surprises me how many people do not know this. When I have new clients, it stuns me to no end how many people do not know this. But if you want to check your refund status on the IRS website, it's now updated to check status for multiple years. Yes, as you know, 2022, that's easy. 2021, impossible, you say? How about 2020? No, you can do that now. This is what it looks like when you head over to the IRS. Click on the tab up on top where it says refunds, and this is what it looks like. You need your social security number, your filing status, which is either single, married filing joint, married filing separate, head of household, or it used to be qualifying widower, but I believe that it may have changed on that qualifying widower status. This is what it looks like. You can see, oh, this is last year's. Oh, I got a little lazy, folks. I copied last year's 2019, 2020, 2021. Well, actually, it's now 2022, 2021, and 2020. You need your social security number, and there they are. So single, MFJ, MFS, head of household, and qualifying widower. It is still there. If you want to check your status, if you've done a 1040X, which we call an amended return, you are now able to check the status of your amended return. Head on over to www.irs.gov/filing/my-amended-return. Yes, you can do that now. That's what it looks like when you click on that link. Click on the bottom button, which is in blue, amended return status. So what you're going to need, your social security number, your date of birth, and your zip code. If you have multiple amended returns, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. But I may have one in the future, so I'll revisit that. Once you click on the blue button at the bottom, it says the U.S. government system is for authorized use only. You can only do it for yourself. And then it's going to say that. Where's my amended return? It's asking you for your social security number, date, and you have to use a / for your date of birth. And then you have your zip code. So protect your social security. Folks, if you say that it's not going to be around when you retire, then it's not. You have to take the steps to protect it now. You should create an account, and that way you can monitor your earnings and monitor your projected benefits. They do make mistakes. Check your last paycheck stub for the year or paycheck stubs and make sure they are reported properly or correctly. So first thing is you got to create an account. Take you about 10 minutes, but it's done for your security. Once you're in, you're in. Securities are real good on it, but you should give it a shot. Well, no, not give it a shot. You should do it. That's my number one challenge for 2023. create an account on Social Security. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Update your status, update your, as I said, your earnings. You can update your address. You can update your password protection. And if you need a Social Security card, they'll send it to you. There's a limit there's a lifetime limit on the number of Social Security cards that they'll send you. So be careful. Protect your identity. There is a USA.gov website. It's www.usa.gov/identity-theft. I'm sorry it dropped down, but it's there. And why? Because you want to monitor your credit, and Capital One and Discover have free monitoring. It's the best thing that you can do to control your destiny. That's what we at Jedi Tax preach, lecture, and assist with. Control your destiny. I can't control the destiny of that dog out there. Identity theft happens when someone uses your personal or financial information without your permission. It can damage your credit status and cost you time and money. Warning signs of ID theft. You may not know that you've experienced ID theft immediately. Beware of bills for items that you did not buy. Debt collection calls for accounts you did not open. Information on your credit report for accounts you did not open. Denials for loan applications. Mail stops coming to or is missing from your mailbox. You're used to getting mail, and all of a sudden it's not. Something happened. How do you report ID theft? You have to contact the Federal Trade Commission at identitytheft.gov. Call 1-877-438-4338. You have to contact the 3 major reporting credit agencies. Ask them to place fraud alerts and credit freeze on your accounts. The fraud department of your credit and credit card issuers, bank, and other places where you have accounts. You have to move fast on it. Another way to protect yourself from identity theft is do not answer phone calls, text, or email from numbers or people you do not know. Do not share personal information like your bank account number, Social Security number, or date of birth. Collect mail every day and place a hold on your mail when you will be on vacation or away from home. Review credit and bank account statements regularly. Watch out for and report unauthorized or suspicious transactions. Store personal information, including your Social Security card, in a safe place. Do not, oh my God, do not carry your Social Security card in your wallet. Wow. We're back to the Selena rule. Jedi Tax Online, folks. We're not your client, you're not our client, and nor are we providing you any legal advice. We're providing you with some information, and it's there. You can read it. It literally is in small type deliberately, because we wanted to make a joke of it. Look, contact your preparer, contact your financial planner, and they will assist you with it. But when it comes to credit protection, sign up either with CreditWise. Discover has one. Many, well, I shouldn't say many, but there are other banks and credit unions that do have those services. And I do want to thank Lethal Migraine. Says, I do not even answer calls or texts from people I do know. I could probably say yes to that. So it's a good thing. It is excellent because they have ways of measuring whether your email is legitimate, whether your account is legitimate. There's so many things they can do with even just the call. You don't recognize them, don't answer, in my humble opinion. So, wow. Contact Jedi.tax if you're looking to earn extra money in tax preparation, you're interested in a career change, advertising opportunities. We have them as well. We're always on the lookout for other professionals interested in joining our online program to share their expertise for their own business. Hey, we're all on the same side here. The season continues May 21, 2023. Thank you for joining us. I am Rogelio, or Roger D. Noriega. I'm a CRTP, RTRP, and CAA. I have 36 years of experience in financial planning And I could even say that I have 46 years. I worked in my uncle's office in Los Angeles from the age of 8. I was his copy machine back in the 70s. It was kind of cool. Back then, photocopy machines were terribly expensive. Hey, get your nephew to work. All I did, and my penmanship is reflective of such, all I did was take the copies of the documents that he gave me, and I would copy everything, the letters, the numbers. I was his copy machine. I was doing taxes when I was 8 years old. So I could say I have 46 years of experience. That's not lying. So, hey, it is what it is. That's our website right there at the bottom, Jedi.tax. Thank you for spending your Sunday night with us. Once again, Lethal Migraine, thank you for coming in and letting us know that you're here. Folks, control your destiny. Protect yourselves. They're out to get all of us. And this is the only way that we can beat them at the game is by being vigilant. Once again, thank you. And we'll see you more than likely in a month on June 18th. Sorry, I was taking a look at my calendar on the wall over there. So sorry about that. Our next episode should be June 18th. We're on the third Sunday of the month. So head on over to ndbmedia.net. You can check a lot of our programming there. And IDIC, we'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.